why do you decide to support him?
You know, I'm from Florida, so I had a chance to see him up close. And when he came into Florida, our education performance in K through 12 was ranked 45th in the country. We had a government that was growing faster than the household income was growing. We were not recognized as a high performer in fiscal discipline. And so that was costing us more money to borrow because people didn't trust Florida was really financially sound. And he came in and he said, here's what we're going to do in education. We're now top 10 in the country. Here's what we're going to do in fiscal discipline. We're now AAA credit rated. Here's what we're going to do in shrinking the size of our government as a disproportionate size of the population and the growth rate improved. More jobs were created. So people had a chance to get to work. And children are learning far better than they ever did before. So when you see a guy come into a state as diverse, as big, as complex, and then we were hit with the 8 hurricanes, in 16 months, power was out, petroleum wasn't coming in, people couldn't move, and he just, again, rolled up his sleeves and said, this is how we'll do it. And methodically, we got the lights turned on, everybody got food, gas stations were functioning again. He's just that kind of a go-to guy. And so you just can't beat that. A guy solves problems, he's very inclusive, never derogatory, just believes in the human potential. And when you see that up close, year after year, you got to say, man, this guy could be president. This guy needs to be president.
Yeah. You mentioned how he wasn't derogatory, so when it comes to political speech and
sure.
So how do you think he compares to the other candidates?
I hope you've had a chance to hear him. He believes, at his very core, he believes in the dignity of every individual in all human life. And so when you believe that way, he speaks to your potential. I fixed the school system, not for the system, but for the kids, so that they can be whatever they want to become. I shrunk the size of what we were taking out of your pocket so you can build and invent and create and bring us solutions to the problems that face humanity. So he is an inspirational speaker, but he's a frank talker. He doesn't just speak that is all esoteric and just meant to make you feel good. He can tell you a story and say, we can get there. And then he shows us how to get there. And he's so positive. So to me, I don't want someone just speaking in prose and offer me poetry. I really want someone to believe, to share what they really believe in and paint a pathway. And he did that. He does that. Yeah.
And so when it comes to the politics and campaigning and attack ads, how do you feel about those being a protected part of political speech? Do you think they're beneficial or hurtful to campaigning?
I think all of us, and I'm the state treasurer of Florida, so I've run statewide twice, I know how it feels. But I can tell you, I think that protecting our First Amendment so that anybody can say anything they want, and we will all be the judge of crossing a line or not being honest and straight when we finally learn the facts. There's a price to pay for that. So I think, there are people on all sides, these super PACs, the sad thing is they seem to be more, missiles and cannons at the other players instead of, if they really want to support their candidate, to help us tell the story of what they believe in. I sure wish it was different, and I wish they would focus on those things, but I just don't know how we as a country ever begin to suffocate speech.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
You bet.